Captain on the bridge.
All right, captains, we are back here on the bridge, and today, yes, we got something to go over from Star Trek Online X feed, so on screen. Yes, captains, before we get into this video, do us a huge favor and hit that like button to help this video and the channel. Of course, if you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing here to the YouTube bridge. We're always on the lookout for like-minded captains to share our love, passion for Star Trek Online, but also things Star Trek. Now, with that said, here we go. Yes, captains, ECs are going to be dropped on the latest, and of course, at the end, give our conclusion. So, first up, command your fleet to take the stars and earn extra campaign XP when our Admiralty bonus week returns to PC tomorrow. So, this was already from yesterday, so Admiralty bonus week. It actually starts as the drop of this video. It is already started, so December 2nd, and it goes up until the 9th. So that is, of course, on the PC bridge and probably will follow suit on the console. And of course, your Admiralty missions will give out bonus rewards during the special event. You'll find that all your assignments give out extra campaign XP, allowing for faster progression, no matter whose missions you're completing. So, of course, that is the Ferengi Federation, Klingon, and Romulan Republic. Of course, all tour of duty missions will award bonus to lithium ore during this event. So we hope you enjoy the special event. Captains, command your fleet to take to the stars. So there's that. Next up, so the Ferengi merchants will like to announce on Xbox and PlayStation, keys will be 15% off this week. So this has already started on the console bridge. So you can see there, captains on Xbox and PlayStation will save 15% on keys and the keyring bundle for a limited time. So this was already on the PC. Now it's here on the console. So 15% on keys from December 1st to the 6th on Xbox and PlayStation. Of course, you also have the keyring bundle. So that is something that you captains have been saving for. Well, there you go. I would rather it be a little higher. And again, I've said this in a recent video. I wish that these sales would be a little bit more, like about 30, 35, 40%, especially the last push of Q4 in a year. Make it so that we want to spend resources on sales like these. 15% doesn't feel a lot, but if you have the resources, captains, well, there you go. So there's that. There was maintenance done, of course, and that is already completed. We'll get to this in a sec, but here you go. So whether you want to start a new adventure in Star Trek Online or just change things up a bit, this week's discount on PC will make sure you'll make a good deal in the process. So it's the start a new adventure sale. So as you can see here, again, 25%. I'd like to see that 30, 35, to be honest with you. So whether you've joined Star Trek Online with our anniversary update or you just want to start a new journey, it's a great time to start a new career in the Final Frontier. That's because the Start Your Adventure sale is now live from December 2nd. So that's the drop of this video. It is already live. It goes up until December 7th. You can get a brand new character or your 32nd level 65 knitted out the way you like by saving 25% on everything listed below, which is services, uniforms, personnel, and starter packs. Also, it's time to switch things up. Captains, the Captain Alteration token allows you to transform your captain, changing their species and or gender while keeping all your progress with the character or that character. Did you want to make a new character species that wasn't released when you first created them? Did you realize some important things about yourself and now your captain doesn't fit who you are? Do you just want to play around with your faction's possibilities? Then this token is for you. So the Captain Alteration token will be 20% off from December 2nd up until the 16th. Again, I just wish they would be consistent in terms of like the sales, and especially if it's mentioning 2 or 3 in one blog. Sometimes you see 15, 20, 25. Why not just keep it 25%? I don't understand that. Captains, if you want to explain that to me, especially me being a salesman, I don't understand this, please do in the comments below. So there's that. And of course, these last two here was just about the announcement for the stream that just happened. We missed it as we were at work. But as you can see here, they're going to go live and talk about the winter event. So this is on their Twitch channel, which is right here. So what I'm going to do for the rest of this video, Captain, is just play out the VOD here so that we can keep a log of it here on the YouTube bridge. We may have some things to say after, but again, this is showing all of the goodies that we'll be getting in this year's winter event. So let's just sit back, relax in your captain's chair, and let's see what we're getting.
Wonderful. Now, hello. Can everybody hear me? Wonderful. Hello and welcome. Wonderful winter event stream. I have some really exciting people on here today with me. You've met all of them at least once. Some of them I cannot get rid of. No, that's not true. I love having Jeremy here every time. Um, we have Ramos here, Phil, Alex, and Jeremy. All part of our amazing design team, and they're all here to show off what they've been doing for the winter event. I hope you're all just as excited as I am. And before we get to it, one question. As the winter event is almost here, which food from the winter event would you actually eat? Starting with Jeremy here.
Rum, buttered, hot.
That barely counts as
It's
a
a
food.
well, it's on the list.
All right, Phil.
Actually, that's one of the few I implemented the very first round of these winter event foods, and other designers have done the others since. So it also holds a little bit of a nostalgic place in my heart.
Oh, so you've added more foods over the years?
Yep.
Oh, that's really cool. Maybe I can pitch something for next year.
Oh, absolutely. We're all ears.
All right, not here. Now I'm being shy. Phil, please answer the question.
I have to feel that it's got to be last year's fruitcake, because if it's still good, then it must be packed with brandy.
Still gives a buff, so it's got to be good, right?
Exactly.
Oh, this is getting worse. All right, Alex, please help. What is your choice?
Have you seen that glazed ham though? It looks so good. Like imagine some honey on it, like some sweet succulent ham. Oh my god.
I'm really curious if glazed targ is better or worse than glazed ham, though. Really curious about that.
Are targs similar to pigs?
Yeah. Well, they're like pig dogs, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, you lost me at the dog part, but at the pig part.
You're right, that's fair.
I was about to say I wish we could do a taste test, but I do take it back actually. I do not need a taste test anymore. I'm too vegetarian for this. All right, Ramos, what do you say?
I think either the Trician bubble candy, maybe the Jumja fudge. Like I really like sweets in general, so yeah, I think those.
No, I agree. I also think the Jumja is like, it sounds like the safest because the sticks are made with tree sap, I think. So it's like I love exploring alien cultures. I don't think I love exploring their food culture actually. I'm too picky for that. So I think I'd go with something easy like candy too. All right. For
We
anyone,
were talking before the stream. Before the stream started, we were talking about is gach winter food. No, I think it's more of a warm weather food, to be honest. But I mean, that's another one that you're right. Exploring alien food seems really dangerous, but like, God, there's a small part of me that really would love to try gach it once.
yeah, I mean, we could see what we find, and then we just meet up in the office one day, and then everybody can taste test. I think it will mostly be like candied bugs or something to like approximate
I'm sure.
half the alien food.
I'm certain that there are fan-made Star Trek alien cookbooks out in the world somewhere that can teach you how to make gach and fried greel worms and jumja sticks and all sorts of things.
Yeah, maybe we should look into that. Maybe I can find like a content creator, like a cooking show, and then we can just have them on for like a Christmas thing, and then we like cook worms out of candy or something.
Mhm.
All right, for everyone who's really confused right now and who has not done the wonderful winter event before, Jeremy, why don't you give them a little bit of an explanation what they can expect next week?
Okay, great. I know that we do have, a small amount of new players that have been joining the game over the years, which we always love. So instead of jumping straight into the rewards this year, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a high-level overview of what the winter event is and what you can get out of participating and all the various activities that you can run. So don't know if my screen is being shared yet, but this
Yes, it
is the
is.
Winter Wonderland. If anybody is unfamiliar, this is a little pocket galaxy that Q creates for us every year. You don't get to see it like this, but dev hacks. It includes the famous gazebo. There's a tower defense section. There's a Klingon ice fishing event where you catch gummy worms by punching through the ice. There's a gingerbread village, populated by little gingerbread people, but also occasionally invaded by the dreaded Snowconians. There's a snowball fight that happens occasionally where you can fight the little snow people that come to life, and you just throw snowballs at them, and it's super fun. And then there's two different races. One is a competitive race where you race against other players, but the one that is actually usually done by players as our daily is this event where it's just a race on the ice. But do be careful because the track is very slippery, as you can see here. So it can be a little bit of a skill challenge to get going on this, and stay on the course as you go around the corners. You can also dig in the snowballs to find some to throw at the snowmen, and occasionally, while digging through snowball fields, you'll also get Christmas ornaments, which are not Christmas, sorry, misspoke, holiday ornaments, which are various types of currency that are used to buy things on the holiday store. I would encourage everybody that hasn't done this before to definitely check it out. I think it's one of the best fun activities that you can do in STO. Honestly, after our episodic content, I think the winter event is the best stuff in the game. That's my personal opinion. Followed very closely by the summer event, which some of you might have played on Risa not too long ago. So with that bit of an overview out of the way, now we can get into talking about the new prizes that we'll be offering to everybody this year. So since I'm here on the map, we'll be looking at a few things that are usable here on the map, starting with one of the wonderful new sweaters that I'm already modeling for you here. Phil is our primary designer and stakeholder for the winter event reward. So is there anything that you want to say or add about the Christmas sweaters? I'll also go into the tailor here and start swapping to a different one.
Well, after we've sent you to a repente for your holiday slip there, Jeremy, winter this year has something old, something new, something borrowed, and something green and red like the burning fires of Grethor. Because we've definitely got a Fakiri theme going through the event this year. We've also got some new items. I think we've got slightly more than last year. As Jeremy has already shown you, one of the sweaters, which was lovelily created by our artist Elisa. We also have traits in this winter event, which I'm really delighted to do. 2 new Universal Kit modules, new vanity pets, a transformation, which I'm not going to reveal at the moment, and then the pièce de résistance from my side, which is the new ground weapon, and you'll just need to wait till the end for the ship. So, Jeremy, do you want to take it away, and we'll go through things individually?
Yeah, I'm trying to find. So this is the Moopsie sweater comes with a custom hood, and I'm trying to find it. Unfortunately, I should have set this up ahead of time.
Can you look at head covering or head attach? Something like that.
Head attach or head covering.
On the bottom.
Yeah, okay. Good call. Would be nope. That was a good idea, but it's not there. God, I really want to show you guys this because this was the thing I teased before. It was the other Moopsie thing that was coming. Is it? There it is.
There is.
There it is. I found it. The Moopsy hoodie.
I will not take this off for the next year, actually, for my character.
Okay, I'm glad we found it. Okay. Yeah, Phil's already given a bit of a teaser. The other thing that I want to show here on the winter map, though, are our new line of Cervidae, our deers, our vanity pets. While I show these off, Phil, is there anything that you can tell us about them?
Gokhan was the person who, the artist who came up with the original concepts, which was really, really great. And Ian Castaneda was the person who fully realized them. We have 6 in the game. We have decorated and non-decorated varieties. There may be a classic red-nosed variety in there. But we also have the Twinkly, which you can see on the screen now, and the Stardust, which was the first one that Jeremy showed us.
Yeah, so this is the good old Rudolph with the bright red nose. Of course, we had to have this.
Oh, but it looks awesome with the antlers. They look like candles, kind of.
And the decorated version. So you can choose whether you want a version with the decorated antlers or not. They come with a little bow as well. And each of these are individually purchasable at the vendor, just like past year's Vanity Pets. So yeah, very cute, very cool.
Oh, they're adorable. I want one for my living room.
This one in particular was, so we've only done this material once before, and it was for a starship. Some of you might know the V'ger ship. I forgot what it's called. The Compiler, that's it. Has this sort of starry nebula material set up on its deflector dish, which is really cool. So we had to do a little bit of experimentation, and Ian had to change the way that this fur was made to account for this on the ground. But it all came together really great.
And they look
Looks
epic.
so cool.
That looks amazing. That's very
What
distracting.
is the cost? Sure, I can go look on the vendor. They're pretty cheap. We don't really make anything super expensive on the holiday vendor. But if you've never ran the winter event before, then you'll have to grind a little bit to get these little ornaments. But this is less than a day's work to get each of these pets. There you go. 25 sleigh bells and 25 gratitude beads. Also, if you didn't know already, you can buy collectibles, these ornaments, for low buy from the store here as well. So if you have excess low buy crystals, you can just buy the ornaments to buy other things on the store. All right. Well, this is it for this map because, well, no, sorry. I have one more thing to show off. I almost forgot. I can't believe I almost forgot. How do I dismiss this pet? He might get in the way.
No, my
Yeah.
friend.
I'll come back later. You can get your own. Let's see. Where is a suitably epic place to use this? I'm gonna go on the lake. Okay, so last year, Alex actually was the one that introduced the snow transformation for the snow person, which a lot of players got a big kick out of last year. So this year we decided to do another snow transformation. Tell us all about it.
So, as I said, there is definitely a Fakiri feel about the holidays this season, and what we've done is we've given you Trampiri.
Now let's see, cones of conduct. I think that's the tower defense over here, so I can go there and fight them using these Crampiri's powers. So this turns you into a Crampiri for 5 minutes, I think.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. And then it has a cooldown, but you can use it repeatedly. It's only usable on the map, on the winter event map. But you have access to a bunch of Fakiri powers here. Let me just create a snowman test dummy.
That's it. Are you beating up snowmen again?
Well, they have to be snowmen to work on this map.
Yes.
So we have your basic attack, which is just throwing coal at your target, which Does like more damage than a snowball, I think, but not by a lot. The rest of their more fun powers. There's the chains, which hold the target in place while doing a bunch of damage over time, and then yanks them in. There is the sack jump, which jumps at somebody and then puts a sack on their head, holding them in place for a little while. And then there's another lunge that does just a big AoE at the target. And then looks like leaves behind a slowing debuff as well. So this is your new toy. You can get this thing on the winter store. If you already have the ornaments, you can buy it day one and start using it to beat up all the enemies on the winter map. Have fun punishing them as the Krempiri. No PvP. You can. There's no PvP in the winter map, so it's just against the snowmen and the snow boss, and the Koskari gummy worm. You can fight them, and the Snowconians. You can fight them, and yeah, let them have it. Throw your coal at them.
So
Looks like it has a 2-minute cooldown before you can use it again.
So I cannot try to catch all the moopsies with the sack. That's very sad, actually.
There's no moopsies yet on the winter event map. Other than you, once you buy this hoodie.
Yes.
The cost is the same as last year's transformation. I think this is one of the more expensive items, but again, it's all ornaments. It's all earnable in game, or if you want to spend low buy crystal on it, it's we don't really want the winter event to be a big grind, so it should just be for fun. Here it is, 200 of each, which again, you can get that in a couple days if you're really going for it. It's not too difficult. Oh, I'm giving away teasers to what we're going to show off next. Why don't I go ahead and move over to the next map, because the other rewards are not usable on this map.
Suspense.
Are there any questions while we wait for my map server to load up? Oopsie.
He's so adorable.
I think one of the things I'd like to say, the genetic resequences, the traits, again, these are earnable with like holiday currency, winter event currency. So that's something we discussed and thought about, because like traits are obviously quite powerful. But we thought that it's a really, really good time to be generous and give gifts out. And I think both of these will be useful to certain players.
Yeah, why don't we talk about those next? I have them unlocked, but displaying or demonstrating them is going to be difficult. But we can just look through
Yes.
the tooltips and talk about them. So the first of these,
So
as we've mentioned before, we're going with a pretty heavy Fakiri theme, which might hint at what we're going to show off at the end of the stream.
Fakiri Elemental Control. When I started at DECA, one of the first things that I built with the help of Jeremy was the Risa Elemental unit and all the different elemental kit modules. And we decided that maybe we'd do something that would work exactly the same as like the kit frame, but also could be combined with the kit frame to make those kit modules even more powerful, or could just stand alone as like a trait. So you have the choice about whether you use one or the other or both. And a selection of like the modules that we have, including the 2 new modules that we've created this year, which are elemental modules. And if you like this type of thing, if you like modules which are in a specific set, we can do something which is akin to the elemental modules, but something different. And we'd definitely be interested in hearing your thoughts about this. But believe me, I've already got some ideas for like summer modules as well. So realistically, as Jeremy said, this is really, really hard to show because we can like attach both the items and you can see the bonuses, and we can attach the modules, but you'll get more out of it through the playing of it. And do you want to? Shall we look at the space?
Yes,
As
just
well?
setting up for the kit modules. But yes, so we can look at the space trait as well, which will be even more difficult to show off because you need a ship that's properly geared out to use this one. But why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah, so Twinkly Lights is Jeremy's idea. It was for people who want a rainbow of different weaponry on their ships, and it is keyed off the 6 main energy types. So if you have a phaser, a disruptor, a plasma, a polaron, a tetryon, and an anti-proton weapon on your ship, you decrease that enemy's damage resistance rating permanently while they stay alive. And until they are defeated. So that stacks up to 6 times, which gives you a really, really powerful advantage over like certain enemies. And it works on
Making the UI
bosses as
here
well.
a bit bigger because some players were saying in the chat that they couldn't read it. So increase the chat size, the tooltip size a bit. So yes, this was my idea. This is kind of a throwback to like way back in the day when I started on the game. There were people who used to do what were either called Rainbow or Skittles builds, using all different types of energy. You would mix the different energy types together. These days, you can deliver on a Skittles build with a single energy type because we have so many variants of the different energy, like firing modes in the different lockboxes and things like that. But this is a harkening back to those original times. So you can debuff your foes for -20 all damage resistance every time you deal a unique energy type to them, and it lasts forever until they're defeated. Yeah, if you want to do this, even you can just equip it with one energy type and get at least that -20, which is always on. So it's a good baseline trait. And I'm hoping that we tuned it correctly so that the amount of buffs that you lose by mixing energy types can be made up for with this damage resistance debuff. Yeah, if you're running all 6 energy types, that does stack up to -120. Yep. Okay. Now let's get back to ground combat to talk about. So there's a new ground weapon, which I actually want to do last. We'll start with the kit modules. There's 2 new Fikiri themed kit modules. I want to start with It Eats You Alive. Where did the inspiration come from for this one?
So the idea of being rooted to the spot and the forces of Grathor emerging from beneath you and devouring you whole. We couldn't quite do that in the rating of this game, but we did a good job, I feel, so far.
Yeah, I really like this one. I think that the visuals really sell it with these big magma skulls that come out of the ground and grab them and everything. And yeah, let me show that a few more times for everybody. It is a pretty narrow line, but it is a very long line. It goes out to like 100 units, like 30 something meters at its full length.
Looks great.
That
Very
was
cool.
more savage than I expected.
It eats you alive. What did you want? I'm gonna
look at all that cute winter
pause
stuff.
so I
And
can look at
then
them.
there's that one thing that melts every enemy you ever had.
Yeah. Raw. It has always been kind of a thematic disconnect on purpose that we brought the Fakiri into the winter event with all their fire and brimstone and everything. It's meant to be dissonant. It's meant to be thematically upsetting on purpose. And it actually all did start from the idea of the Krampus. We had a designer way back in the day who wanted to bring in the Krampus. There was a Krampus horror film that had become popular at the time. So we wanted to find a way that how would we do the Krampus in Star Trek, and so that became the Krampiri, and then that kind of just evolved into this very fiery theme that we revisit on occasion. The next one, what did we end up calling this? Banished to Grethor. Talk about what the inspiration for this one, Phil.
So this one originally started as like a power to just like push people away while they were burning. But one of the things that we really wanted to do was try and get a sort of element of that Doctor Strange pushing people's souls out of their bodies, and I think we achieved something quite special.
Let me put a bunch of them in a tight clump here so I can use it on them.
So
Yeah, this one
guys-
took a lot of extra effort from Weston, who animated this, and also from Andrew Nielsen, our effects artist, to get this to get delivered. You know what? This deserves fanfare. I'm going to actually slow down time to show what this looks like when I first activate it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You can see it actually pushes them, leaves behind like this spectral body as they get thrown out of their bodies.
That's a 2025 effect. Like, that looks amazing.
Then their echoes clean up and they stand back up as it wears off. I'll be honest, guys, it's just cool looking. It's just a point blank knockback, to be honest. It's like a real brief little holds power and knockback, but it looks just so amazing looking. It also does fire damage while they're flying through the air. They burn in the fires of Grethor.
But possibly not as much fire damage as the next thing you're going to show.
Well, yes. So at one point that was called Step Through Grethor, with the idea being that you would actually banish them into the Nether Realm and they would have to pass through hell to come back. But we changed that a little bit. Okay, so with no further fanfare, let's just show off the weapon then, shall we? I think it kind of speaks for itself.
It really...
Who wants a demon?
Yeah.
Indeed.
So this
Who
is the
wants
Rain
to
of
fight?
Fire. This was again concepted by Gokun and executed on by Ian Castaneda, who did an amazing job getting this thing to work. And there was quite some difficulties getting it properly scaled and held in the hands and everything like that. The original concepts were a bit more like Hell Cannon like, and they had to be adapted a little bit more to fit the assault weapon scales for players. So tell us about the Rain of Fire, Phil.
Well, this was my chance to do Doom in Star Trek Online, to be honest. I think we were all on the...
Somebody's been playing Doom the Dark Ages, somebody just said in chat.
It brings fire. It brings a lot of fire and a lot of burning dot and a lot of scorch. And yeah, fireballs, and then even more damage with the secondary.
The secondary is this nice big fireball with a lingering fire patch to burn anybody that walks is silly enough to walk through it. Yep. And then we even gave it a custom tertiary as well. It does fire damage. It's just a pretty standard rifle butt, but it does fire damage instead, and it has a chance to light.
And it can set people on fire as well. There's so many opportunities to set people on fire with this weapon.
So, burning effect looks so violent as well.
If you've been naughty this year, you'll go to hell or be set on fire, basically.
I mean, in my world, this is when you've been good.
A different kind of winter event, I guess.
This is so fitting to be firing while I'm wearing the Moopsie hoodie, I feel.
The Moopsie hoodie is also amazing. I love seeing it. It looks so comfortable. I kind of want one in real life.
The hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get some marketing going. Get some merchandising.
I'm gonna write some people tonight. They don't know what's coming for them.
Okay, so I think that's everything, right? For the ground. I think it's time that
We've
we move
done
to.
everything ground.
I think it's time that we move to space to show everybody what they actually tuned in to see, because we know you guys. You only care about starships.
Well, I do think the fire effect sold them a little bit this one time. But yes, we do also have a Starship. Also, you can get a Starship coupon today. So, after we've talked about this awesome ship, I'm gonna run the giveaway. So, just keep chatting, and 5 of you will get a T6 ship coupon in a few moments.
5 of you.
5 of you. I'll message you, ask for your character name, so please keep your Twitch open, or you can already message me. Please respect that it takes me a couple days to collect some names, get them sent out, all that kind of stuff. Make sure I can actually reach you when you win, because otherwise I just keep all the ship coupons. And if you get a ship coupon and you get a ship, tag me when you buy one, because I'm really curious, and some of you have started doing that, and I'm really happy about seeing the kind of ships you buy with your ship coupons.
And they don't have to do anything special to enter, right? Just speak up in
No.
the chat and you'll be registered.
Exactly. Just talk now. I think it's like a 15-minute window, so if you talk in the next few minutes, you will be in.
Yeah, just say I want a coupon. That's fine.
Yes. Well, you can also say something more meaningful, so I can show our
Let's
people
set the
how
bar
much
low.
you love the content.
All right, I'm pretty sure that I'm in the starship that we're showing off, so I've as soon as I click go, we're going to see it. So here's the big reveal. Yes.
Oh, God. Would you look at that?
So this is the new Fekiri Voktar temporal science vessel, right? Did I get that right?
Exactly.
Ramon is here because he did a bunch of the work on the actual ship art. So anything you'd like to tell us about it?
Yeah, I can talk a little bit about it. Yeah, this
Take your
ship
time.
is like,
This is your moment.
yeah, it was super fun to make. I think I don't remember when we started working on it, but yeah, I've always like looked forward to seeing like the concepts, and it looked like so cool and so like metal and everything, and it was very fun to do.
This original
Also,
concept was done by Hector Ortiz, right?
yeah, exactly. The concept was done by Hector, and also the effects were done by Chris Menard, and they look amazing. You can see here like all the fire. It's super cool. And yeah, mainly what I did was the 3D model and also the new material. As you can see, it's pretty much a new version of the material we already had for the factory ships. But in this case, we wanted to make it like a little bit darker and more like whimsical. If you can see like some highlights when the lights hit,
Gets
it's
very
kind of
iridescent.
like, yeah. I think
Like
the main
pearlescent.
inspiration was like a feather of like a crow or a raven, and yeah, I think it fits so well with this. And yeah, it was very fun to do. The shape is super cool. It feels like you could like drill through a whole like planet. And yeah, and when you're moving it, like so cool, like the effects and the fire and everything.
Where's the full impulse?
Another.
In shot.
Oh, right, because this has special
Yeah,
afterburner.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah. So there's during the concept stages, I know that we took some inspiration from a few different places. Fans of Neverwinter and D&D might recognize a little bit of Nautilus in this ship, even with the adaptation of these oars, which other Fekiri ships have, but they're even set up in a way that's kind of reminiscent of the tentacles of a nautiloid ship, which is from D&D. There's a little bit of skull element here. I think the only thing that really comes through is the nose here. The deflector dish is very like a human skull. which I love. Yeah, and it is asymmetrical. It's hard to tell at a glance, but if you look at it in this direction, you can see it is.
Yeah,
At
especially
least the outer sails part are
yeah.
asymmetrical. Yep. There's a lot of talk about what do the tubes do. Yeah, we'll leave that up to players to figure out. But we ended up taking a lot of inspiration on the design side from this eye, this vortex, this giant.
Big flaming
Well,
ball.
yeah, the big flaming hole on the side of the ship. It looks great, Ramon, and I'll show it off at the end of the stream after we've done talking about this ship. But we are making available a vanity shield of this material with like the pearlescence and everything. I'll try to show it on some other ships at the end, but you can buy that on the Winter Store as well. It will not, of course, give you green flames. We can't do that with a vanity shield, unfortunately. That's beyond our technical capabilities. But the actual material, the gray metallic with the pearlescent sheen, will be available as a vanity shield that we'll look at later. Well, great work, Ramon. I'm really impressed with this, especially that subtle reflectivity. That's my favorite part of this by far.
Thank
I
you,
really
thank
enjoy
you.
how it all
And
comes
also,
together.
like for the players to know, they can also use the other material, the red one.
Mhm.
So if they don't like it, they can go back to the original one.
Oh yeah, let's
And I
see.
think the ship, yeah,
I should be able to go into the. Is that part of the ship tailor that they could do that?
yeah. I
Oops.
think it has 4 material options and two windows.
I went to the wrong tailor. Customize starship. That's it. Okay. 4
You can see
materials,
here.
yeah, just like you said. Yeah, that's the old favorite. The wooden paneling. How does a ship have wood paneling in space? Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. And then you said different Windows options as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those are like almost look like writing, those old windows. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And yeah,
Great.
also like when I was doing the ship and I didn't have the new material done, I was using this one.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I see it, I always get like kind of nostalgic about it. So yeah, it's fun to see it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's get into talking a little bit about the ship's design. That's why Alex is here for us. And this is actually Alex's first starship that he's designed, with, of course, a lot of mentoring and oversight from both Phil and Mayo and myself. But Alex, introduce us to your baby here. What did you do with this ship?
Welcome. As a massive D&D fan, you have no idea how happy I was that I was designing an actual nautiloid, like with the mind flares and stuff. So yeah, this is a temporal science vessel, which means it's very heavily focused on science abilities and also just abilities in general. I wanted it to be more of a CC heavy machine. With the built-in console that it has, you're gonna find out soon enough.
Mm-hmm.
And it has access to all of the normal science vessel abilities like subsystem targeting. It also has like secondary deflector, and since it's a temporal of ship, it has the molecular reconstruction mechanic. The ship lineup is the seat lineup is heavily focused on science and because of the ship's bonus to auxiliary power. It also has a lieutenant commander universal and a few tactical and one tactical engineering seats.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really about it. It's a 3-3 layout for the weapons. I've seen some people asking whether it's going to be a 2-5 or 4-3.
2-5.
Yeah, it's a very interesting question.
0-8.
Of course. That gives me an idea for later on.
Let's see. Where's my console power? This is the Soul Scream Vortex, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to press the button. Let's show people what it does.
Have you ever wanted a gravity well on steroids? Well, there you go.
I didn't know I wanted
Uh,
it until now.
Oh, these are
This actually-
unstoppable dummies.
Yeah, so
but,
they're not getting dragged down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is supposed to drag the enemies in, and very heavily at that, since it's a massive green black hole, which applies multiple effects. One of them is psionic damage. Just so you know, psionic damage is a very rare thing in space due to the ship's influence from mind flares and stuff. And, they deal a lot with psychic damage. It deals psionic damage. It also applies a debuff which reduces the flight speed and the turn rate of enemies inside the vortex by quite a lot. It also scales from your abilities, stats, sorry. And also applies a minus all subsystem power by 10. And finally, as you just noticed, it detonates at the end, which deals quite a lot of damage. Without knockback, though. So yeah, it's a 5-kilometer radius sphere. Acting very similarly to a gravity well, but it looks absolutely gorgeous.
My favorite part is these little like ghostly faces that kind of float in and out of view.
Can you zoom in on the effect on the ships themselves, the ones that are affected, so they can see the effect?
Oh yeah, more little ghosty faces. Ooh, so spooky.
Yeah, the inspiration for those ghostly faces are the enemies that are affected by this are trembling in fear in front of this like massive anomaly. So their crew is just absolutely given up, and that's why they get minus subsystem power and also like barely are able to maneuver the ship.
Yep.
So yeah.
I do want to call out it lasts longer than Gravity Well. The pull, I think, is a little stronger, but I think the damage per tick is, I think about, if I remember correctly how we tuned it, it's about on par with like Gravity Well 2 or 3, the actual per tick damage, but it's psionic, so nobody has resistances to it.
Indeed. It pierces all of the shields.
Yeah. The big explosion at the end, though, is where you get the most of it. So what you want to do is gather as many people into this thing as you can over time, and then get it to explode in their faces.
Oh yeah, and the passive of the console is also very interesting. It gives you, if I remember correctly, 10% reduced cooldown on all universal consoles. So it
Just
would
a passive.
Yes. Even if you don't like the effect of the console, you can just slot it in for the passive effect for itself, because that 10% cooldown reduction is going to be absolutely amazing. And
They also
of
give
course,
it a bonus to fire damage so that it can
Yeah.
synergize with the other existing Fikiri consoles, which all deal fire damage.
we had to do the classic.
Yeah. And then there's a starship trait as well on this,
Yep.
which I think I designed, and I just had you implement this for me. Is that right? Am I remembering right?
I gave you a few ideas, and then you just combined them into one and said, okay, that's cool. This is Hypnotic Mind Wave. It's an AoE confuse upon an activation of a universal console. It can happen only once every 15 seconds. But in a 5-kilometer radius, you confuse every enemy around you for a scaling duration. And alongside that, it also has a permanent passive, which is 20% damage versus confused or placated foes. Because confusion isn't very common in space.
Yeah, I
but
think we saw there's only
placate
like
is.
2 bridge officer powers that do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But placate is quite often seen. So yeah.
So the damage bonus on this, in case it's unclear, is always active. So anytime you are doing damage to an enemy that is confused or placated, you'll gain that damage bonus. You'll benefit from it.
Yeah.
The range on the confuse is a point blank 5k around yourself when you activate a universal console.
Yes. Some people are commenting on the use of confused and placated. This is just a text error. It's supposed to be or placated, because it affects, even if it's only placated, the enemy, it takes 20% bonus damage.
Let me see if I can actually activate this, because I think it's got visuals attached to it as well. Yeah. just a little pulse like that with the more ghost faces.
Yeah, we really
We
went on
didn't
that.
want it
road.
to make it too noisy, so we don't actually make it like a 5K fill. It's more of just a very brief, just a very little brief activation effect for it.
Yep.
And that
And-
is the Fictory Voktar science vessel.
We actually had a question from a player, and it was why or how did you guys think of bringing the Fikiri ship back for a winter event ship?
I think it was actually that we had, our two big themes for winter are typically either Fikiri or Breen. And we had already been doing Breen stuff because of the Discovery Season 5. We'd done both the Breen Courier and the Breen Juggernaut, as well as a bunch of other miscellaneous Breen things. So I think that kind of just pushed our gaze back to Fikiri to revisit that theming. I think that was one of the main sources of inspiration there. There's other things we could do for winter. Sometimes we've done ships that don't fit either of those themes, but this year we had this idea, and I think it was actually maybe Hector and Thomas really just wanted to do another cool flaming ship in space, and they kind of pushed that direction, which I'm happy with. It's a good inspiration for all the other rewards that we build. Phil had a great time building the fire cannons and all that, so
We noticed
Good
that,
stuff.
I think.
yeah.
All right.
And also, who doesn't love some Fikiri stuff? Like, you guys are getting all of your Star Trek-y, like, sci-fi stuff in the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm. I
I
mean,
mean, it was the only way we could tempt Alex to do a ship was say, "Oh, it's going to be something like a Nautiloid."
Well, that's partly correct.
I do agree, it looks amazing. Also, I know some of you mentioned that you're excited to get it built out or looking for some ideas. I am actually planning another ship build stream before the holidays for this ship and the one we're revealing next week. So in 2 weeks, you'll see this ship most likely back on screen with some of our content creators showing off some really cool builds for it. And yes, it is free. It comes with the event. So all
Mhm.
of
Can
you will
you
get
show
your
the
hands on
Universal
it.
Console again, please?
no. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. What's
Oh.
the activation of it?
No, just the Universal Console tooltip.
Ah. I see a lot of very happy people.
You can take your screenshots.
Oh, somebody was asking for it. Yeah.
Yes, the ship logs will also come with the usual tooltip screenshots and the awesome images that our designers make.
I saw an interesting question from Scotty H7 in the chat. The space trait, how it stacks. The debuffs that you put on somebody that give them the negative damage resistance only affect your own damage. So technically, the target can get hit by multiple people using this, and it'll look like they have multiple stacks of the multiple energy types. But each individual source of those traits only benefits from their own debuffs. So mechanically, it doesn't stack, even though it will visually look like it does. Does that make sense? Sometimes I get really worried that this is too complicated the way that I'm describing it.
I mean,
People like the details. Fine.
these are the hardcore players. They ask questions that I never even wondered about. So
Yeah. The console is not bound to the ship. You can use it if once you obtain it, you can use it on any ship that you prefer. Yeah.
Yep. As I mentioned, even if you don't like the active, you can just use it for the passive.
Mm-hmm. But
Although
why would
who
you
wouldn't
not
want to fly that ship?
But why would you not want a massive black hole? You know.
Yeah. I like how
And of
the
course, you
icons
can
a
use
little bit
it
of.
with gravity well.
You absolutely can. Yep. I like how the icon's like an Eye of Sauron.
Yeah, I was gonna say I might have like if we didn't change it up a bit, we could have gotten copyright infringement.
you got one chance for putting as much fantasy as you can in it, and you went like, yes, this.
Yes, I did. Yes, it's my magnum opus.
By the way, guys, we also have Neverwinter. If you haven't noticed yet.
If you love fantasy, go give it a shot. It's not Star Trek, but it is fantasy. It's good. I think that's all we have to show today, Sana.
Yeah.
Do you want to do any sort of wrap up here?
Yes, I'm gonna. So all of you have a last chance to do questions, while I'll pick some winners. Also, I've seen the question around. We've also answered it, I think, on all of our social media and Discord. I know some of you have seen the news of the transition with Embracer right now and with the change in ownership. I just want to say there will be a much bigger official statement down the line. I'm not going to say a lot, but the development will stay the same. You should not notice any changes. We're working very hard to prevent that. You will most likely see me around again and have these streams going on. Right now, nothing is changing. So
right.
just stay tuned. We have another stream next week with some more awesome designers from our team. And then the holidays are coming and the winter event is here. So none of that is changing for now.
Right, I guess we didn't actually officially say that, but this comes out next Tuesday, right?
Yes.
On the 9th.
On the 9th.
So the winter event and all of these rewards will be available to you to play with in 1 week.
Yep, and while you wait for that next week, you can join us and look at the other ship we have coming.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, all get together in your Moopsy sweaters next week and send me screenshots or let me join. Well, I try to make
or
my
as
own.
swarms of Crampiri wandering the winter wonderland.
Yeah, if you're looking for me, I'm just staring very dazed at the one with the stars. Like, very fascinating.
Oh, I do want to mention there's a couple known issues that we just discovered today that I don't think we're going to be able to fix for the release because it's coming out on console simultaneously. Console gets this next Tuesday as well. Some species won't be able to wear the Moopsy sweater, unfortunately. We have some trouble with the head geo. So I think it's Benzites, Lethians. Sorry, I can't remember the full list. Anyway, we're going to fix that. We've already got a fix that's working through QA, so you will be able to use it eventually, just not on release. But we'll get that patched up. And then I think oh gosh, I should have written these down. I can't remember. I think there's one other known issue. Just to let you guys know, we know about it. We weren't able to fix it before it goes live because of the simultaneous console release.
But we are working on it.
It will be fixed.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I think that is it. I know some of you guys asked about dates for other events. When is this coming live on console? When is this happening? I just put in the link. Just join our Discord. Ask me again on Discord. Because I don't have the roadmap and release schedules open all the time. But if you have any other questions, ask me there. If you have any questions about builds, I saw some new players asking about builds for some basic ships. You can also join the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
The
Discord is also currently
you don't have to try so hard.
Yeah, the Discord is currently our best place to get bugs seen by the team. If you want to report bugs, like I know some of you send me direct messages, don't do that. Unless you're talking about an exploit and you don't want other people to know about it, then you can direct message me. But if it's just a general bug, put it in the Discord because then other people in addition to me can see it and get it tracked.
Yes, exactly.
Do we have a link to the Discord in the chat that we can drop?
I have a very fancy command. So yes,
great.
Please join us. Give us our feedback, your feedback there, or any bug reports. Find other players to play with. Look at our content creators; they do amazing work. Post amazing content, and that's it for us for tonight. So we're gonna say goodbye.
We'll see you next week.
We see you next week. Bye bye.
We have another ship that will come out next week that we will look at next week.
All right. Well, there was this stream there from DECA showing off all the new things that we'll be getting for the winter event. The ship itself, well, it is a Fakiri ship there, and I'm not saying it was sort of something that we could see coming, but in the past years, they've actually given us Federation ships like the Eisenberg too, so I was kind of expecting that, but Looks like they went back to their roots and stuck with the Kiri theme. It's an interesting ship. It reminds me of the Stowe warship, whatever that warship was, the Kiri warship that looks like a space Batmobile, but it looks interesting. It's a free ship, and for newer players, I mean, I like the asymmetrical look there. That actually is pretty cool. You can't really go wrong with a free ship regardless. So if you're a new captain, yeah, definitely do the winter event, and it's easy, super easy. You'll see us when we do a stream on how quick the actual dailies are, but we're gonna leave it there. Once the blog comes out for the ship, definitely we will be going over that in another update vid. But Caps, let us know your thoughts on the actual items. There's some cool items there, even the ground ones. I'm gonna admit, but ground is not our favorite thing to do. But regardless, it is going to be offered to all of us. And winter event is one of my favorite ones in Star Trek Online because it's a great change of pace and just a really quick daily. And I welcome it, especially we're going to be doing it on both PC and console. But with that said, Captains, do us a huge favor, hit the like button, comment below, let us know your thoughts on the new ship. Of course, subscribe here to the YouTube bridge, and we'll leave it on this note.
Live long and prosper.